First, just very proud of a young team coming out against a veteran team and basically just kind of like growing up right before our eyes. I couldn't have been more proud of everything that happened tonight. We had our bumps and bruises, but for the most part, the reads that they made, the defense that we played, the big-time plays in the beginning of the game, the middle of the game, and at the end of the game to be a young team, especially after Lester got hurt and couldn't come back. The troops rallied and pulled a huge win out.
Coach, this is becoming a theme with Alo. It seems like every time he comes into the game, he kind of settles you guys down. He was really big for you down the stretch. Kind of talk about his play and made several plays there in a row to help kind of win this game.
Yeah, Alo is, out of everybody, he knows my system. He understands me. He understands the flow. He's won a lot of ball games in his career. He's won 6 state championships in 7 years. So he understands the game. He's a winner. He's already a tough guy. And he knows that we have a very young team. So when he comes in the game, he knows he has to affect the game right away. And whether that's fair to him or not, we need him to be on every single game with what he brings, and he brings the toughness every game. And I was proud of him. I was proud of him today.
Alo said rebounding was the reason why you guys won the game today. How much of it was that? How much of it was the hostile environment? The environment for you guys and whatever else?
Yeah, the fans were amazing. Obviously, we did get 38 rebounds. We tied 38 and 38. We gave up 16 offensive, but I think what he was meaning was the crucial rebounds at the time that we needed them. We just didn't make the free throws when we needed them, but he was talking about just battling, man. They really fought today. Every kid that was out on that floor fought their hearts out and pulled out a big win.
When you look at how Precious played today versus earlier in the season, are you more impressed by today's performance? Like, what'd you make of him today versus?
Well, this is who he is. I think early on, he wanted to score more, and he was kind of ignoring all the dirty work. And I had a long talk with him yesterday because I know who he can be, and I know where he wants to go. And where he wants to go, he has to do the things like he did today. And he locked in and never took his eyes off of it from the beginning of the game until the end and showed who he really is to the country.
Hey, Coach, other than your three-point shooting, do you think this is one of your most complete games offensively and defensively as a team so far?
I would say so because the kids are getting better because they're understanding the reads. We're showing it to them on film. We're showing them the mistakes. They're correcting them every game, every practice. They're more aware, and the decision-making is much better on what we're doing. It's just they're learning, man. They're growing up every day, and that's what we want. We're not going to be the best team right now, but, man, by March we want to be tough, very tough.
Penny, considering Lester only played 8 minutes, you just had a 16-point lead on a likely NCAA tournament team without 2 starters. How encouraging is that as you get ready to go through the stretch you're about to go through?
Very encouraging. I think that's more so for the guys because it's very hard to win on this level. And to have a 16-point lead on a really well-coached team that has veteran guards and veteran players, I mean, that's amazing for us. We will grow from this. We cannot go backwards from this point forward with our energy and our understanding of what we're trying to do. But it's huge for us not to have Lester and James in there and be able to do that.
Any update on Lester?
No update right now. I just know that Lester is a very tough kid, and for him not to come back into the game, that's not good. I don't know what the verdict is, but for him not to come back, there has to be something wrong with him.
Alo said yesterday maybe the chemistry of the team hadn't come together as quickly as maybe some of the guys expected. A game like this, what you saw out there, you said they were growing up in front of our eyes out there. Like, did you feel like a connectivity that you hadn't seen before with just the group?
Yeah, for sure, because the energy in the building was different for those kids. That energy was different for Ole Miss because of the fans and the rivalry, and they felt that. And them being more together today was definitely noticeable because they just wanted to win the game. They didn't care who shot the ball. They didn't care who did anything offensively. They just tried to play their hearts out defensively and get the win. And today was the biggest game because I think they felt that energy.
Any other questions for Coach?
Their coach was in here earlier talking about how important he thought it was to keep this series going. Do you feel the same way that as long as you're the coach, you'll try to keep these series on
Absolutely. I think it's so important because of just the competition of it. Ole Miss, Arkansas, Tennessee, those games are big, And even we played Vandy back in the day. We need to renew a lot of these rivalries and keep them going because it's siblings that half went to Ole Miss, half went to Memphis. It's just how it is. So I think that's just great for the culture and for everything that has to do with that.
Tyler Harris came up with a couple of really big three-point shots. I think his second one extended the lead to 14, something like that. So you know, how valuable is it when you're struggling from three to have a guy who can just knock them down like that?
Yeah, Tyler Harris was born for these moments. He's a guy that's made big shots his entire life. And I know there's one guy on that team that I know when we need a big shot and you call his number that he's capable of making it. And every time I put him out there, I know he's going to make something happen. You know, he's not perfect, no, but he can make big shots, take big shots, and make big shots. And those two big threes back-to-back were incredible.
Tyree three-point attempt. You told your guys to foul before way earlier. How nerve-wracking was that for you? What did you see?
It was nerve-wracking because where Alo went out of bounds was where he was supposed to foul. And he ran past him and then tried to foul late. Oh, man. It's like when he went out of bounds, I couldn't believe it because he didn't foul. But, yeah, we called a timeout for that reason. But that's part of the maturing and understanding. I'm sure that won't happen again. But I was nervous when he went past him. Thank you.